Hey you guys, this is me, Diara, and this is another pick a card reading about your next step and the outcome. This can be about love. Let me give you today a little bit of instruction about how this reading works. Also, I would like to thank everyone who joined me on this channel. Feel free to contact me. Feel free to subscribe. This is somehow, like energy exchange. I deliver the readings and you give back something to me. Not money-wise. I'm not asking you to donate or something, and also not to necessarily purchase a personal reading. Just subscribe or follow me on Instagram. That would be awesome. And thank you for everyone who already has done so. Okay, so this is it. Then second thing about this reading. This is going to be a little bit a piece of advice to you from Spirit, okay? First of all, we will see where you're at. This is a checking point. Here you can feel whether this is your reading today or not, because if I'm giving you information here with the first card about where you're at and you feel like, well, this is funny because I'm totally not there, like this is absolutely not my situation currently, then this is probably not your reading, or at least not your pile, okay? Second of all, we will give you the advice. Please have in mind that I am an intuitive reader, and also I always read the truth. I'm not trying to sugarcoat something, and I'm not saying that to point out that I am so special and so awesome in the way that I read the cards. It's just like, and you can double check that as well yourself. Have you ever saw or watched a reading, a pick a card reading, where pretty bad cards came out, but still the reader was trying to sugarcoat them in a way, like as in telling you that this is where you have coming from, although they were about to read the future. Do you know what I mean? Does it make sense? I happened to see those readings and I was always like, why is she trying to see a potentially bad card as probably the death card or the devil card in a good way? Or why is she now trying to act as if this card is speaking about the past? Because with the card readings, we are trying to predict the future, aren't we? And if I'm getting a devil or a death card or any other card that speaks about burden and depression and workload and stuff like that, then my job is to point that out to you so you can deal with it. You know what's coming. This is the reason why we're doing those pick a card readings. So finally, we will have a look into the outcome and the incoming energy here, okay? And you can take this as a love reading. This can be about an employee, this can be about your boss, this can be about a family member that you haven't been in contact with for years and you want to know, I wonder what should I do in order to get this reconciliation. This can be about twin flame, soulmate stuff, whatever, okay? This can be about job, as I said already, money, whatever. So this is a completely open reading, you decide. Okay, so this was the little introduction. And now let's take all a deep breath and step into the energy. Pile number 1. This is for you. If you have chosen the crystal quartz, where are you at right now? Where are you at right now? Okay, this is the female main person in the Lenormand deck, card number 29. So it could be that this is your age, or it could also be that this is an age in your life, or this has been an age in your life where something very important happened, which is still affecting you. Just as an example, okay, I'm just trying to step into the energy. Obviously, this card is speaking about being a single, being alone, standing up for yourself, doing what feels good to you without needing the opinion or judgment of others. This can be about you trying to make a move. Do you see this woman has some flowers in her hand? This is what I'm saying. She has something in her hand, which is a flower, like different kind of flowers. And could be that she's on her way of giving these flowers to someone, asking for, as I said, reconciliation, for example, or asking for working together. Probably this is about job. Probably there is someone that you would like to work with. And now you are thinking about, I really wonder whether I should make the next step, ask them for, partnership or something like that. It could also be that you've done things like that already. Maybe you have been applying for different kind of companies. Maybe you have been offering yourself and your gifts and your talents to people, and now you are kind of waiting what's coming out of it. What's happening now? What are they doing with your offers? Are they going to contact you now, asking you to work together? I mean, as I said, this can also be about love. I mean, maybe this is more like, for you, the classical pick a card love reading, and you would like to know whether Mr. X has feelings for you and whatnot. I feel like you are waiting. With this card, I feel I'm getting waiting energy. This is a waiting game. This is you having a look into the situation, and you are like thinking about, okay, I really wonder what I should do. And this is probably why you came to this reading, because this is the reading all about, right? What should your next step be like? And this is where you're at right now. You are seriously thinking about what to do next. And you are thinking about your goals, your life purpose, who you want to be with, who you want to work with. Like how should your potential life partner be like, what do you want? This is where I do see you, pile number one. You are thinking about stuff. You probably made the offer, and now you are stepping back a little bit, waiting for the response, which is good. I feel this is good. We should never sell ourselves below price. It's good to sometimes make the offer and make the first step, especially in a job-related situation, obviously. For love, it can be something else sometimes, not always. It depends on the personal situation. But then, like there comes a point where we have to wait and to see what's coming, because you can't force people to develop feelings for you, whether this is job or love related, doesn't matter. If someone wants to work with you, if someone sees your potential and your gifts and talents, they will sooner or later ask you to do so. And if not, probably this is because they can't see your gift and your potential. And if someone can't see this in you, then it's not meant to be, right? It's easy as that. It is easy, but it's not easy and easy to understand. It's simple. Let me say it like that. It is a simple law of attraction, but it's not always easy to understand and also not to accept, right? I think you know what I'm talking about. It's not easy to understand and to accept that someone is not in love with you and that someone is not making the next step with you. If someone is not thinking about working with you or doing X, Y, that with you, right? It is not so easy to accept, especially not if you feel it. If you feel it for this other person and you really want it, then, it can be a little bit difficult to understand. And this is where I do see you. Okay, so now let's get into the part where I'm going to give you the advice from Spirit. Okay, what does Spirit want you to do? We have the Hierophant, Archangel Michael, which is the cord-cutting energy, and the Tribe. Okay, so in this case, pile number one, I do feel like you should really wait. You should really not offer yourself again and again and again and again. You should really wait for your tribe. The tribe, your soul family, people who want to be with you and who are not afraid or to whatever to show it. You need people who really love your flow, who really appreciate and respect you for whatever you are and whoever you are. This is what you want. This is your deepest wish. This is your longing, your desire. And I think we all have this kind of desire inside of ourselves. I mean, this goes without saying, doesn't it? I mean, we are community people, right? People want to be with people. This is how it is. Some more, some less, of course. We do have some hermits here. I know that. Hi to all the hermits. I have been a hermit myself for pretty a long time, but still, I mean, deep, 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 deep inside your soul, you too want to be with someone who loves you the way you are, someone where you don't have to disguise yourself, customize yourself, change yourself, you know, someone who loves you exactly the way you are. And I feel like universe is calling you, pile number one people, to be exactly how you are. Do whatever feels good. Do whatever you think is the best thing to do next. Listen to your intuition, meditate, you know, like step back a little bit, wait and see. What is the response like? And if there is no response, you know, like I said it before, you can't force people to love you. You can't force people to work with you. If they don't see the potential, if they don't want to be with you, then what is it good for? Even if you could force them, just imagine it, you know, like just a little mind game here. Just imagine you could force someone to be with you. You could do some kind of weird voodoo ritual. I mean, no offense to anyone, don't get that wrong, okay? I'm just kidding here a little bit, but still, I mean, it's serious. I mean, just imagine you could force someone. What would this love be worth? I mean, we don't want that. We want people who want to be with us. And Archangel Michael, you could even do a little cord cutting ritual. Speaking about rituals, this is an energy ritual where you can cut yourself from a certain energy or person, just in order, not in a bad way, not in a way as in, hey, you are bad and you don't want me. Okay, now I'm putting the knife into your chest, metaphorically spoken. Not at all. Cord cutting simply means to clear energies, to get back to point zero, so to say. Get back to point zero, just, you know, like cut away all the toxic and all the confusions, you know, like the weirdness, the awkwardness. Just cut it down, cut it away. This is what Archangel Michael stands for. He's representing a major sword. And with this sword, this energy sword, this is not a real sword as in knife, it's an energetical sword, and you can cut away all the pain and the confusion and the disappointment. So you are back at zero again, okay? And then you can start all over from that point. So this is what universe is calling you. Look and watch for your soul tribe, your real soul tribe. People who really want to be with you and who are not faking anything, people that you don't have to contact multiple times in order like, hey, it's me. Do you see me? I want to be with you. Hey, look at me. Have a look. You know, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Look for real people, you know, solid people you can trust. So now let's have a look into the outcome, or in other words, the incoming energy. Yeah. Oh my goodness. This is so beautiful. I'm seeing these cards for the first time. You know, I'm always shuffling blind. So, wow. I mean, worth waiting for. You see, divine timing. Divine timing is at play here, pile number one people. Don't you worry. Don't you throw yourself naked into the chest of someone in order to be loved and to be seen, because there is someone else out there who is willing to see you, where you don't have to sell yourself below price, as I said already. Okay, it's all divine timing. It's divine guidance. And they say, hey, it's worth waiting. And it's not only the worth waiting card, it's also Nine of Pentacles, you know, like, which is the abundance card. Your hard word, again, this can be also about love, right? But still, your hard work and your effort and your, you know, like you are someone who is very goal-getting like, and this will pay off. This will eventually, sooner or later, pay off, and you will step into abundance. You will find your tribe. You will find the right people to work with and to create beautiful things with, whether this is in a love level or in another level, okay? Also, of course, Nine of Coins is speaking about financial abundance, okay? Independence, you know, like being independent, having saved a little money, or, I mean, earning a lot of money in the future with what you're doing. So take what resonates, keep in mind that this is just a general reading. Maybe not every single sentence is making sense and is for you, since I'm reading for quite a lot of people. Just pick out the pieces that are for you. I mean, the difficult thing is always to decide what is for you and what is not for you. This is probably the biggest challenge when doing a pick a card reading, because sometimes we are guided by our desires, and the desires are probably, you know, like telling us stuff which is not true. And we think like, yeah, this reading resonates with me. This is totally me, although it isn't. This is probably the biggest challenge in a pick a card reading, but well, this is how it is. I feel like at the bottom line, the quintessence here is to wait and to step back a little bit, think about your next step. Don't do anything, you know, like stupid. Don't you throw yourself out there in a weird way just in order to be loved. Rather wait for the right people who really want to be with you and people who will show that to you. I think this is probably the most important message. Wait for those people who will show their love and respect and appreciation to you. This is probably when you will see like, okay, this is my soul tribe. And you do this, your soul tribe will always feel attracted to you. Yeah, whether they want it or not. This is maybe the point here. So you will recognize your soul tribe because they will have a longing for you, the same as you have a longing for them. Does it make sense? I hope so. Okay, so I think I'll leave it here. This is it. Thanks for being with me, pile number 1. And don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. Thank you. Namaste. Let's move on to people who choose pile number 2. Let me just clear away the energy from the previous pile. Dum, da, dum, da, dum. And now let's see. Where are you at? Pile number 2 people. If you have chosen the yellow stone, where are you at right now? This is, as I said in the instruction, this is like where you can see whether this is your reading or not, okay? Because this card should make sense to you and you can see it, right? This is not the future. This is the current energy where you're at. So we have the snake here. These are Lenormand cards, by the way, card number 7. It speaks about change. It speaks about healing. The snake is known as a healing symbol, just by the way. All the pharmacies in Germany, just by the way, do have a snake in their symbol. It's a cross and it's a snake around this cross. So snake energy is known as healing energy. So I feel like you are at a healing point right now. Probably you've done a lot in order to heal from bad relationships, any kind of toxic energies, if you know what I mean. The snake is also representing female energy as well. It's not only about healing. You can read it also as female energy. So probably there is a woman of importance in your life. Could be your mother, sister, a good friend of yours. Maybe this is a female boss or an employee of yours, a co-worker, someone that you are working with. Female energy. In this case, I must tell you, the energy is a little bit weird. So it could be that there is a female in your life where you have some problems with. You can't really read her. She's kind of awkward and also sometimes a little bit false. I have to tell it the way it is. Could be that there is a female in your life currently that is not having your best or the best intentions for you, to say it that way, if you know what I mean. Okay, probably you are dealing with a third-party situation. Your boyfriend left you for another girl, another woman, you know, or maybe they didn't really leave you because of someone else, but maybe they had an affair going on, and you know about this affair because they were honest with you. They were like, hey, I have to confess something. I have to tell you that there was this one night stand thing, and I feel so bad now. And can you forgive me? And this is where you're at. So it can be different for everyone who's watching, and but still I feel like you will maybe this is also a competition. Maybe you want a job, but someone else is already having it, and now you're like, okay, so if this girl is already having this job, or maybe not a girl, maybe this is not female for everyone in the specific personal situation, but you know what I mean, okay? Maybe you want a specific job, but this job is already taken. And now you're like, okay, what should I do? I mean, the job is taken. I can't help it. I mean, as long as this person is not quitting or leaving the company all by themselves, I obviously have to wait until another good opportunity appears at the horizon, okay? Or so it could be something along those lines, if this makes sense, okay? Let's give you now the advice. In your situation, you are dealing with some kind of healing, comparison, competition, energy, Maybe there's a woman who's who's a little bit tricky and maybe even false, yeah? What should you do? What's the advice from Spirit? Yes, 3 of Cups again. 3-party situation could be, for some of you, Archangel Uriel, which is speaking about peace and reconciliation and new life. So for you, pile number 2, I really feel like you should start all over again. I feel like speaking about healing, speaking about competition, you should move on. I'm really getting that. I know that you were probably expecting another message. Probably you were waiting for me telling you that, hey, it's still worth waiting for, and you should not give up so easily, and you should keep on fighting, and you should show your light, like be your own cheerleader and blah, blah, blah. But in this case, like with the new life card, I really feel like the universe is calling you to rather move on and to start all over again, create a completely new life. Let's just do it, okay? Celebrate your life. Celebrate the good things. And if someone was betraying you, or if someone doesn't like you and, is giving you a hard time when it comes to your job or whatever, once again, this can be either way, then you should probably think about moving on and leave this shit behind. I mean, isn't there this funny quote, if you have to force it, leave it. Yeah. If you have to force it, rather leave it. And then it goes like bad hair, ponytails, but also, like friendship, love. If you have to force it, leave it. And I know this is a little bit similar to the first pile, although it is a different kind of energy still. Maybe you are... Yeah, you should have a look into the first pile as well, pile number 2 people, because, the energy is a little bit the same here. But in your case, I really feel like you should move on. I feel I can get this quite intensely here. Move on, celebrate show your light and be your own cheerleader, yes, but not in a way like you should try to convince someone to be with you. And you should do it no matter what, like some people, like speaking about difficult job situations, if you are mobbed or if someone is, not really seeing your value. And then some people, they respond in a way like, hey, it's not my fault, it's their fault. And why should I go? I haven't done something bad, so why should I be the one who leaves? This person is supposed to leave. This person is supposed to, I don't know, experience something bad because they did something bad to me, and now universe should pay them back. And I think universe will pay them back. Universe, I mean, there is something like karmic and karma and stuff like that. So they will have to pay their price. But why should you pay the price for them? I mean, you should not see it in this way. You should not see it in a way like, hey, I don't feel like I should be the one who has to find another company to work for because they have done something bad. This is not the right way to see it, I feel. I feel like if you are mobbed, if people are treating you in a bad way, whether this is love or job related, once again, I can't repeat this enough because this reading can be either way. But the bottom line is, if people are not treating you the way that you deserve it, why should you stay? Why should you stay in this toxic energy trying to confess them that you are good and that you are worth it and whatnot? Why should you do that? Move on. Leave that shit behind. When it comes to love, when it comes to friendship, you are not supposed to convince someone that you are good for them. You simply shouldn't. If this is a three-party situation, which is going on and on and on, maybe for years even, go away. Leave that shit behind. If someone is not able to make a decision between you and another woman or another man, if you are a man or if you, whatever, like I will cut this gender stuff out because some people are getting this in totally the false way and a wrong way. And then they are starting to create any drama about it. Some people do even feel offended by me mentioning that there is something like gay love and stuff like that. I mean, I had these kind of comments. I do delete them, by the way. But I'm just saying, so I will leave this gender stuff completely out of my readings in future. But anyway, so coming back to the topic, the advice from Spirit is take a new life. Make this quantum leap of faith. Although you may have no idea how to live without this job or this person, universe is calling you for a new life and a new beginning. Chapter 1. Yeah, start all over again. The chances are good. Like this is now a good opportunity for you. Maybe this has to do with the constellation of stars or whatever. This is a timeless reading. Keep that in mind. So whenever you find it, the energies are perfectly good in order to start all over again, okay? So what is the outcome? What is the incoming energy? Yeah, you see, Law of Attraction, the attraction card came out. And I'm not making that up, right? I'm seeing these cards for the first time too, because I'm always shuffling blindly and pulling out the cards blindly. So I'm seeing them for the first time myself. Yeah, Law of Attraction. You will attract the right people. If someone's soul tribe to you, they will attract you and you will attract them. In a good way. In a good way. I mean, yes, sometimes it has to do with learning lessons and mirroring work and stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. But this is, in your case, a little bit different. So there must be a point where you recognize where you have to go and where it is not constantly just about learning lessons and stuff like that. I mean, yes, sometimes, and for a precise time frame, it can be about learning a lesson and stuff, but then there must be also the time where you leave and where you've learned the lesson. Let me say it that way. Yeah, if we are talking about learning lessons, I mean, there must be the point where you finally learned the message, right? So, and then your oracle card is 10 of Swords. Yeah, 10. Closure, completion, the ending. Every ending is a new beginning as well. Always keep that in mind. You see this couple stepping through, moving, leaving. Yeah? Yeah, leave. I can't say it in another way. Leave. Leave the situation that's causing problems and fear and whatever. Leave it. Move on, okay? Move on. It's time for closure. It's time for completion. Pile number 2. It's a very clear message here. A little bit similar to pile number 1. So once again, feel free to check out the first pile. Thanks for being with me. Thank you for sharing, liking, and subscribing. And remember, I am available on Instagram as well. And yeah, you will find all the information down in the description box. So bye, pile number 2 people. Let's move on to pile number 3, the final pile. Okay, let me just put away the cards here. And now it's your turn. Pile number 3. So if you have chosen the rose quartz, where you're at. No time to waste. Straightforward, where you're at. This is the anchor. Card number 35. I'm feeling decision. You are at a point in your life where you have to make a decision. This has to do with your home, changing your place of home, changing locations, moving away, probably even abroad for some of you. And building up stuff. This is speaking about foundation, solid ground, your home base. The situation where you're at, the problem that you are dealing with, is that you are trying to create something for you that you can rely on, something that's long lasting. I'm hearing long lasting. You want something solid. You are not interested in having a good time, just, like for the next few weeks or months. You want something long term, something committed, something fixed. This speaks about contracts, signatures, making it official. Making it official. This is something that you are interested in. You want the solid offer. You want someone to call you, to contact you, so you can create stuff together. Maybe this is about projects and ideas, job situations. This is a little bit a job-related card. Not to a 100%, of course. I mean, if you came to this pile and you have a question that is a little bit more love related, but still, I mean, maybe you have a crush on someone. Maybe you are in love with someone already for a while, or this is about your ex-boyfriend. This is about someone that you think is your twin flame and whatnot. You want something official. You want them to stand to you, like to contact you, to reach out for you. This is what you want, very clearly, very easy to read energy here for pile number 3 people. This is what you want in whatever way, no matter where you're at. Once again, I can't point it out enough, and I have done it already a few times during this reading. This can be either about love or job. Keep that in mind, okay? So no matter where you're at, pile number 3, this is about commitment and making it official, okay? You want someone who's saying, hey, you know what? I want to be with you. This is what you want. You want someone that looks you in the eyes and who is reaching out their hand to you and is saying, I want you. Okay, this is what you want. So, and what is universe giving you as an advice so you can get it? Knight of Coins, transformation, and faith. Yeah. Okay, I tell you what. This has to do with faith. And it has to do with a transformation. It has to do with, and this is so funny because this is actually in all the 3 piles, kind of the same energy. Probably it has to do with, I don't know, the constellation of the stars currently or whatnot. I'm not an astrologist. I'm not so good with all the signs and stuff like that. This is the reason why I'm not mentioning any signs usually in my readings. But somehow maybe we women, or the divine feminine, let me say it like that, because this is something that I'm hearing, and it has nothing to do, you can be a male as well, like you can be a man if you're looking to this reading, but still I'm hearing that the divine feminine is at a point where they want something. They are now willing to stand up and to say, hey, you know what, to the divine masculine, you either want me or you don't want me. But I'm not willing to play any games anymore. This is the energy that I'm feeling. And I'm getting this quite strongly here for pile number 3. Because you want commitment. You want to make things official. They either want you or they don't want you. And all that you are asking for is them to tell you what they want. And then you are not afraid any longer to make your consequences. Like I'm speaking about consequences here. And I feel like the divine feminine is no longer afraid of these consequences. We are now mature enough and willing enough to stand up and to be rather independent and all by ourselves, rather than being in a relationship that's not leading anywhere. I know my English is not perfect or hasn't been perfect at this point here. But still I feel like you can understand what I'm saying here. Okay. So this is somehow a piece of conversation that I was picking up between divine feminine and divine masculine here. Okay. So, and I feel like the divine feminine is now saying, yeah, you know what? Yeah, you either want me. If this is the case, then you should really bring over a solid offer. You know, Knight of Wands is the Knight of Coins is the slowest moving knight of them all. Coins is earth element, which is again slow movement. Yeah, fertility, growing, and growing takes place most of the time very slowly. To really grow out of something, it needs time. It's not happening between today and tomorrow. Yeah, if someone is telling you that, hey, people can change like that, this is bullshit. In my point of view, this is bullshit. It's not happening like that. You need years in order to grow out of a specific energy. It has to do with faith. Okay, so trust that universe is only wanting what's best for you, and universe will always support you. Ask them for help. You know, a lot of people do forget, and some maybe even don't know that you have to give them allowance. You have to give them permission. The angels, your higher self, however you call it, you have to give them permission. So you really have to sit down. And I don't know, you can interlace your fingers as in a prayer pose, and you can say, hey, angels, universe, I give you permission to support me. I have something, I have an idea in my mind, I have a project, I have a person, and now I give you allowance to help me and to support me in this case. And they will always do what's best for you. I mean, if you feel like you should really be with this person, you know, like XYZ, and you really feel like this is your soulmate, your twin flame, but the reality is that this is not your twin flame, universe can't help it, you know, like they can't change it, but they will help you to move on and to see that this was not supposed to be. Yeah. I always say, like, what's meant to be will be sooner or later. And if someone is really your soulmate, they will feel attracted to you if they want it or not, right? I mean, honestly, if someone is your soulmate, they want to be with you the same way that you want to be with them, right? It's supposed to be like that. But if someone is not feeling it, then yeah, you can't force it, right? And your situation, there's a change going on. This is something specifically for pile number 3 people. The situation is already in a transformation process, and you may have recognized that or not. I mean, speaking about moving from one town to the other, or maybe even abroad, you know, like changing locations and stuff like that, you probably have been looking for apartments and stuff, and you probably have been also being invited for, you know, like having a look into these locations and whatever, or maybe a new job. This when I'm saying moving, changing locations, it doesn't have to be only your apartment. It can be that you will stay in your apartment where you live, but you will change your job location. You know, maybe you were working for a company for a few years, and now it's time to move on because you have been outgrown, right? It's time now for a new challenge, something else. Whether this is people or places or situations, it can be either way, okay? And I feel like the transformation has already begun. If not, since we are reading the future, you should now make the first steps in order so it can begin. Okay? Believe in yourself, believe that there are higher forces protecting you, and believe that you can make it. Okay, so do make the first steps in order so the transformation can take place. It's not like just sitting, you know, like at home and praying, waiting and wanting. You also have to do something in order so you can get what you want. The outcome and the incoming energy for you is, oh my goodness, true love. Wow. True love. Yeah. And this is what you want. The anchor. You want commitment. You want it to be official. And this is what's incoming. You will find a place where you will feel welcomed and where you will feel like this is true love. This is, yeah, life purpose. This is meant to be. This is destiny. Yeah, it's fate. It is meant to be. It was written in the stars right from the beginning. And you were kind of drawn towards this kind of energy over all the years and years and years, okay? Oracle card is speaking about emotions. So yeah, this can be, for some of you, this can be about love. Maybe from all the three piles, this is the one that for the majority of you is about love. Yeah, because this is speaking about love. Knight of Coins is somehow speaking about love. And this card here, the emotion card, is also speaking about love. So yeah, this could be that commitment, proposal, weddings, marriage, past life relationships are coming into, yeah, are taking place here. So yeah, it could be that you will fall in love. Maybe you will change where you work. Yeah, you will go into a new company. And then this is where you will meet, yeah, your future husband, your future wife. Could be like that. Easy, right? Isn't it easy? Isn't it? And then you will probably look back and you will be, hi, why haven't I changed the company already 5 years ago? I mean, yeah, because 5 years ago, it hasn't been the right time. It has to be the right time, right? Especially if this is something that's fated and if this is destiny, it was supposed to happen now and not 5 years ago, if you know what I mean. And sometimes we are like that. And sometimes we're like, hey, why didn't it happen already? But yeah, it was supposed to happen now. It was supposed to happen now. And everything that happened in the past was leading you towards this situation. And this is the incoming energy, which is beautiful. I mean, this is so precise and so easy to read energy. Yeah, you will finally find the place where you belong to. Let me say it like that. Isn't that, alone hearing this, isn't that opening up your heart? Although you don't know where this place is, maybe some of you know already where this place is. Maybe you have a very precise idea in your head. I don't know, for some of you. But alone, like knowing that you will finally arrive. Isn't that something beautiful to know? And this is how it is, pile number 3. You will finally arrive. You will feel welcome. And you will, yeah, your faith and your trust is not playing tricks on you, okay? Definitely not, because you will finally arrive. And this is the incoming energy. Okay, so wow, that was a long reading. I hope you liked it. Feel free to share, like, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram if you like. Leave comments. Really appreciate your support, you guys. This is it for today. Namaste.